Take it easy, aliens.
Yeah, man, I got my vaccine and all that stuff. And I just was like, man, that sucks to be you. He goes, what do you mean? I said, I don't know. You got a 20% more likelihood of having mitochondritis. He goes, no, I don't. I said, well, it depends on which vaccine you take. Johnson & Johnson, AstraZeneca, which one? He goes, oh, I don't know. I said, well, you should probably do some research on that. I said, there's literature out there. He goes, huh? I'm like, yeah, there's literature out there that states that none of these vaccines worked in the first place. All they do is make heart conditions and muscle failure tissue and all these whole 9 yards. He goes, no, there's not. I said, yes, there is. I can bring you paperwork in if you wish me to. I said, I'm not vaccine hesitant. I just don't trust the government.
Yeah, they switched sides on that pretty good. Well, we didn't force anybody to have them. Well, you kind of did. We just,
oh, yeah, that was one of the things that he stated. He was like...
The military just lost or got rid of, like, over 1,000 servicemen, I'm saying. They got rid of over 1,000 servicemen for refusing the vaccine.
Do you watch Angry Cops?
No.
Dude, Angry Cop AC? He just did a fucking whole thing about this lieutenant that was stationed over in Japan. That's their job, is to like fucking make sure people are going where they're supposed to be going. And she refused the vaccine. She got fucking detained twice, put on fucking solitary confinement, and won all of her cases. Because she refused the vaccine.
They forced my wife to get it. And she's had issues ever since. She's had this weird, I would compare it to like a smoker's cough. And otherwise healthy woman in her early 30s. Never smoked, ever. Never. But yet, she has this lingering cough that will just never go away. Kind of strange, isn't it?
Yeah, so even how after COVID ended, I stopped when COVID was in its height, I did have like a smoker's cough that was repetitive, right? Which I didn't think much of it because I am a smoker. I smoked since I was 14. I'm fucking 31. So I was like, all right, well, I just got a smoker's cough now. And then ever since the pandemic had ended and everything has like sifted its way through, I don't have that cough anymore.
Yeah, well, hers still resides.
Yeah, but I don't have any vaccines like that. I mean, I got vaccinated when I was a child, but what my parents did, I was born on a military base, so who the fuck knows what they injected me with. But yeah, it's one of those things that people. I just thought it was very weird that it was brought up on the job site of like, yeah, man, I got my vaccine. You know, they told me if you feel ill from it, you know, you just go ahead and get 3 days off. We'll pay you for it. So I go ahead and said I was sick, and I got 3 days paid off. And I said, and now you have lifelong health effects. And he goes, what? And I said, I'm not vaccine hesitant. I'm just not a retard that listens to the government when they're trying to do propaganda and literal fucking. This is fear mongering. That's what they did.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, you can't deny that. You can see all the fucking things that they put up in the UK and the US where it was like, they said that the vaccine, you're not vaccinated, but you're healthy. And then it shows some person a fucking respirator going, would you say to your grandmother that it's okay, I'm healthy and unvaccinated? And then shows the grandmother like they're just dying, like, oh. Like, that's fear-mongering.
Oh, without a doubt. I thought I was going to have to draw the line where, I mean, I did draw the line. But
I did.
I started talking about vaccinating children.
Yeah, I did. I did draw the line. I drew the line at Amazon. You remember that, don't you?
I had a contingency plan for my daughter. She was in school, you know, and I had to make her aware. because I feared that they were just going to go and do it. I feared that there was a possibility of the government going into schools and
Give them
vaccinating
the jab.
children without
Yep, without
from
consent.
parents. And I told her, if there were ever any talk of that happening in your school or anything like that, you run. And you get to a place where you can call me. Because that scared the hell out of me.
Oh, yeah.
The thought of something like that happening. But it's not far-fetched because they did it in Australia.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So they put you in jail.
They would put you in jail, or they would restrain you, and they would take your children.
Yep.
To vaccinate your children. This happened. This isn't just made up make-believe land. This actually happened.
Dude, the conspiracy theories are all out. Like, I'm out of conspiracy theories. It's the fucked up part.
Yeah, I've been looking for new ones.
Right?
Kind of boring.
They're like, aliens are real. I'm like, shit!
I saw something the other day that was talking about something extraterrestrial. I can't even say the word anymore.
Extraterrestrial?
Yeah. And I thought it was going to be aliens, but it was just them talking about an asteroid.
Yep. Yeah. No, and it's fucked up, dude. That not only the financial repercussions here in America that happened, but you got to look at the generational repercussions that happened. Because, like, my daughter stayed at home with me and my wife during the whole COVID pandemic, and when I went back to work and Katie got hired in at Amazon, and when she was we put her kid in daycare.
Mm-hmm.
She was the most charismatic girl, most charismatic child, girl or not. She was the most charismatic child in that entire daycare. She was talking to people. She was going up to all the teachers. She's going up to all the kids, saying, hi, how are you? Aurora, hi. And all the kids, they had all these fucking parents that are wearing masks, walking in there, being all hesitant, all this shit. The kids were like, fuck are you? Why are you talking to me? Like, it was like such a fucking divide. And I'm like, dude, she's 3. Or at the time, I think she was 2. I'm like, dude, she's 2. She wants to make friends.
Last night, after I picked up my daughter, and we went to this place, Ice Cream Time, out by me. And out front, they got a couple picnic tables, so you go up and you make your order, and then you can wait. And there was quite a few people there. It was a nice hot summer day, And there's this woman with like 4 kids. I think 2 of the kids were hers. The other 2 was her niece and nephew, and they were roughly, I'd say, between 6 and 10, right? And my daughter was talking to her. It was a black family, but so my daughter went up to this one girl and she said, "I like these beads in your hair. I like how you've done your hair." And then so they end up sitting there. We're all waiting. We placed our order. We're sitting there. Me and my wife were kind of bullshitting with the mother, right? And these kids' mother asked us. She said, "Do they know each other?" And I said, "No. This is they've never met before." And she's like, "Wow, they just get along like that, and they're talking, and they're playing." And it was almost like she was kind of surprised that like my daughter was so
outgoing,
easy to make friends and just talking like that. And but it's a breath of fresh air to see, because I remember, like you were saying, everybody was wearing masks, and if you didn't have a mask on, you were being shunned, and it was really nice to see.
Yeah, kids, when they say let kids be kids, that's what that means. Let kids make friends.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then, but it's like, we talk about how when COVID happened, after they had, in our district, they did virtual school. So my daughter was in 2nd grade, and everything was being done on a laptop. They didn't learn they had to do no writing assignments. So now you're taking that away from the kids. Bad enough we've already taken cursive out of school. So
yeah. So no writing.
You can write in cursive, and now it's like secret code. You know,
dude, that's fucked.
And then now you took away any kind of writing, math problems. Everything was being done on a computer. So, what are these kids just expected to get through life and always have some kind of computer? Granted, we always have a phone, but you know,
I don't
to
rely
do
on
basic
that.
things with a pencil is it's kind of been kind of crucial, at least in my life. But then, what about when they went back to school? Now they were forced to wear masks. The teachers had masks. Now what you did is now you're taking expression,
Yep.
facial expression away.
Yep. That's huge for children.
Now you can't see
Huge.
if somebody's smiling. You can't see how when they pronounce new words.
I'm just
how
gonna
the
go ahead
mouth
and throw,
works.
I'll throw my Trump hat on for this one. That's huge for children. Huge.
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 You know, and that is a huge.
It's development.
It's like you're crippling a kid.
Yeah, and it's on purpose. It's not by design. Can't tell me this shit isn't by design. Call me tinfoil hattie. I don't care. I've been called that my whole life. Like, you know, I think personally you should have to have a community vote for who are teachers. I don't think it should be a qualification. I don't think it should be a qualification. You went to college, you say you're a teacher, you have a master's degree. Don't really give a shit, be honest with you. I think that should be the old way, which was, so you have these small communities come together. All of a sudden, all these people, we decide, hey, you're really good at teaching, so we bring all of our kids to you. You're the person that the people elect to become a teacher. And then you teach your children.
They're taking everything out of the schools, man. I remember when I was in school, we used
They don't have shop class anymore, dude.
We used to say the Pledge of Allegiance every morning.
To the flag of the United States of America.
Yeah, correct.
One nation, which stands in a republic, indivisible, liberty, and justice for all.
They don't even. No, I'm sorry. I should have my hat out right now.
Right?
But no, then we had history. We had a history class. They don't teach history anymore.
They don't teach history like it's supposed to. They don't teach history the way history was written.
They don't teach it anymore. It's not even in the curriculum.
Dear Lord.
You know,
I don't want gender theory in my fucking kids' class. I want fucking history. Talked about the Nazis.
And they did us wrong too, even.
Oh, dude, yeah, we didn't learn about like Yao Ming. We didn't learn about fucking the dictator in fucking China. We learned about fucking Nazi Germany. We learned about Stalin. We learned about fucking Mussolini, and then we didn't learn shit about fucking Yao.
If you, what do they say? If you fail to recognize the past,
doomed to repeat it.
History, it will repeat itself.
You're doomed to repeat it.
Yeah, that's a scary thought.
Yeah, everybody wants no carbon emissions, no fucking vehicles. At this point, you're talking about slave labor.
Get me up on that one. You want to talk about foil hat? Jeez, oh Pete, you got me on that one now. You know, there was statistical shows.
I just threw my fucking.
Even if we were to totally eradicate the combustible engine, it wouldn't even put a dent in the greenhouse gases caused by other countries that couldn't even
yes
the cause.
Duh. We're not the problem. We're not the problem. Look at India. Look at China. Look at Russia. Look at all these places that have over 1 billion people in them. Look at those ones. Well, here in America, we can make a fucking carbon footprint problem. Listen, what we fucking produce, the goddamn solar flares from the sun just goes done.
I was out there on the lake today and I seen them spraying them chemtrails again. I said,
dude.
I don't know what it is. I always thought it was just jets, turbulence. I've been doing some reading.
It's vapor trails from different atmospheric pressures. Usually,
or is it chemicals?
I don't know altitude that they're at. When you get to a certain altitude, you do get vapor trails. That is a thing. Like
Or
that's
could be
why.
them trying to sterilize us.
That's why, like, if you're trying to be stealth, you don't go really high in the atmosphere. You actually have to go low radar because if you're high in the atmosphere, you do have vapor trails coming off the tips of your wings.
I saw one of them low, like crop dusters today too.
No, those are also crop dusters. They might actually be crop dusting.
Yeah, he's probably.
You know, they might be just throwing fucking pesticides on a goddamn field. We used to have this guy that was around my fucking parents' house that would crop dust, dude. He'd get like low as shit. Like I'd just see him like fucking just barely graze the trees in like my parents' house. And then one year we got the report that he died. He fucking hit electrical wire, and I'm like, well, no shit.
It reminds me of that guy from Independence Day. Right?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Here we go now. You fucking sprayed the wrong field, you moron.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Fun stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, our fearless leader,
The fearless faller. I'm sorry. Did I say that?
I can't walk, dude. Not
4
only that,
more years. I'm riding with Biden. The fuck? Riding with Biden where? In a wheelchair?
Oh no! I seen him. He was overseas somewhere. Where was he at? But he was like fighting an umbrella. He couldn't figure out how to pop the umbrella open.
Oh, please tell me it was Nagasaki. He
He
was in Japan recently.
It might have been Japan. Yeah.
He visited like Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Like, we're sorry for this. No, we're not.
It was raining and he was fighting.
You motherfuckers tried killing us, so he killed you better.
He just gives up. He gave up and stood in the rain.
Yeah, because he's smooth brained. That's what the fucking problem is. Smooth brained. That's Joe Biden.
I did see the video of him falling on the stage recently too. And then he was just like pointing at nothing.
I tripped over that. I tripped over that uneven little portion there. Well, pick up your feet. You have knees, asshole.
Yeah.
High knees, high knees, high knees.
He said Heidi.
Heine. He said Heine.
Old dad joke. I couldn't help myself.
Oh, dude, all day. That's all I do.
Getting old.
Some people sit there. They at work. They're like, "Man, I'm just tired. I'm tired." They say, and I said, "Yeah, I had a dream. I was a muffler. I woke up exhausted."
I have been taking a lot of naps lately.
I take a lot of vitamins.